Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Rapid Reads. Today, I have an inspiring story to share with you about self-reliance and the power of taking action. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more amazing stories. Once, there was a farmer. Once he planted his crops, and soon after this, a sparrow built a nest in between the fields. Just after some time, the sparrow laid eggs in the nest. Soon, little sparrows came out of those eggs and started to live happily with their mother sparrow. The sparrow used to go daily in the forest to feed her little children. One day, when she came back from the forest, she found that her children were very scared. She asked them, "What happened, my children? Why are you so scared?" They said, "Mother, the farmer came here today and he was talking about harvesting. He was saying tomorrow he will send his sons to cut the crops." "Mother, where shall we go after the crops are cut? We are not even able to fly right now." After listening to her children, the mother sparrow said, "Don't worry, my children. Nobody will come tomorrow to cut the crops, so please don't be afraid." The next day, it happened exactly as the sparrow said. No one came to cut the crops. Many days passed like this, but no one came to cut the crops. Everything was going well, and the sparrow's children were very happy. One day, when the sparrow returned from the forest, she was shocked to see her children's faces. They were scared again. The sparrow asked them the reason behind their fear. They said, "Oh, Mother, the farmer came here today and he was talking about crop harvesting again. Today he was saying tomorrow he will send the laborers to cut the crops." After listening to them, the sparrow said, "Don't worry, my children. No one will come tomorrow to harvest the crops." The next day, again, as the sparrow said, no one came to cut the crops. Many days passed like this. One day, when the sparrow came back from the forest, her children told her, "Mother, today the farmer came again and he was talking about harvesting crops. But as usual, we know that no one will come here to harvest the crops." The mother sparrow asked them to explain the whole incident. The children said, "Mother, today the farmer said he has wasted a lot of time depending on others and that tomorrow he will come to cut the crops by himself." After hearing this, the mother sparrow got worried. She said, "Children, we have to leave this place immediately and make our nest somewhere else because tomorrow the farmer will definitely come to harvest the crops." The children said, "But Mother, the farmer has been saying this for several days and no one ever comes to harvest." The mother sparrow said, "For the first time, the farmer was dependent on his sons to complete the work. The second time, he was dependent on laborers to get the work done. When you depend on others to get your work done, your work can never be completed. But this time, he has decided to do it himself. Therefore, tomorrow he will definitely come and harvest his crops." By now, the children were able to fly. They all flew away from there and made their nest in another place. The next day, the farmer came to the fields and started harvesting. But by then, the bird and its children had left the field. If we see in our lives, we will find that those who are always dependent on others for their work is never completed. Relying on others for your work is actually laziness. But it does not mean that you should not take anyone's help. It is not wrong to ask for help. But if one wants to start any work or do it on time, then that work should be done by oneself. Self-help is always respected, and others also help those who help themselves. But it is not right to be completely dependent on others for your work. Therefore, if you have any dream in your life, never depend on others to fulfill that dream. Instead, do it yourself, and you will always be successful. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more amazing stories.